emergency lights. And maybe we can kick the backup power after we grab Honecker.
Alright, so I'm playing Technician. I'm playing on PlayStation. The movement is kind of wonky.
Patch into the console. I'll pull it down over wireless.
And I think the reason they did that is to prevent you from just running to the map.
Give me a second. I got a deck plan. Backup generator is beyond Honecker's ping. We can kick it after we grab him.
So for the first couple of missions, I'm just gonna
men should be in the junction ahead.
chill.
Honecker, this is the Colonial Marines. You hearing me?
And not be in the front, you know. I'm just kind of like trying to protect the rear with my gun.
Damage. Not encouraging. Continue your sweep.
With my sentry. The shotgun is cool, but the pistol, I have difficulty aiming it. You know what I'm saying?
Get it done. I got your back. Everyone get this intel?
I did not realize that there were secret stashes and intel you could pick up in this game. So that's pretty cool to find out in game that it's a thing.
He should be right here.
So he's also a technician, and the other guy, I think he's a demolisher. I wasn't really pay attention to the start of the game, but I think he is because he has that big gun.
Sentry set up. Incoming. Get hot. Short bursts.
So since you play on standard,
Way
it's
more
not
than I expected.
it's not really tough yet or high levels yet, so I'm just trying to figure out the game right now. As you can see, my aim is really bad. I'm playing with a PS4 controller, obviously. So I'm playing on PlayStation.
I didn't expect so many. Hey, on the deck, Honecker's PDT chip. He cut it out.
I prefer the Xbox controller because of how the layout of the sticks. So I'm better with that, but I'm not obviously as good with, you know.
Doors welded shut.
Obviously I'm better.
Guess Honecker went this way.
Obviously I'm better with a mouse and keyboard, but you know, I'm not no great player or anything, but I'm better at a mouse and keyboard like most people, I guess. So I guess in the future, you know, we have teams that try to get high scores.
I got an idea how to track down Honecker. Searching this whole barge would take too long.
When teams are trying to get high scores, they will
Tell you my idea later.
look for intel and stuff like that. One thing I found out I did not like is that I couldn't get the pulse rifle with the technician, which is what I would want. I want a pulse rifle and my sentry, but I can't do that. I can't. I'm stuck with a pistol and a shotgun. I love a shotgun, but I want a rifle. So I'll have to play another class.
Watch its attacks.
So I can get to use the pulse rifle. Maybe medic. Maybe medic. I'm not sure. We'll see. But this game, I mean, you see, while I was playing it, you know what I'm saying? It didn't seem that memorable. But after I started playing it and I thought about it more, it seemed more memorable, and I feel like I want to go play it again. And the ideas in my head about builds I could do. So.
The exits are sealed by Honecker, probably.
But I
Release
need.
the locks.
But I need a character with a pulse rifle, so I can really play an aliens game, I have to have the pulse rifle on a character. So
Anyway, I'm thinking we can track the doctor using station logs. There's a data line just starboard of your position.
I'm trying to minimize the amount of characters I play. I don't want to spend time leveling like 5 characters. I just want to play 2. And then master those, and then that's it. I don't want to... A lot of times I get carried away in co-op games trying to level everything.
Lots of Xenos.
Oh man,
Sentry active.
that run motion is... that run in action is weird, yo. It's weird. But I'm sure it's in...
Rolling. It's a damn big file. Hold the room.
I'm sure it's intentional though, so you don't run past these enemies and go to objectives so quickly, you know?
I'll get Esther analyzing that. She's our battalion synthetic. Keep moving aft.
And I also think that the enemies seem to
Sentry active.
chase the host of the game. Because a lot of times they seem to ignore me and just run after the guy who's hosting the game, I think. Which is, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're bots and he's the one that the game is focusing on. It's kind of weird. That's my guess anyway, or assessment. I'm not sure if I'm right. But it happens in Outriders too.
Sentry deployed.
So we'll see. Probably someone on Reddit will make a post indicating that is true. The enemies chase the host and ignore the teammates sometimes. See, he just run. He just ran by me.
Sentry active.
You see what I'm saying? He just ran by me and ran after that guy. I'm sure there's gonna be a mod you can put on your character to speed up
Sentry deployed.
the sentry cooldown, reduce the cooldown or increase the cooldown, whatever direction it goes. I mean, so you can get a faster cooldown because, you know, when I kill it, it takes like 15 seconds to come back, which could be a long time in a sticky situation.
Sentry set up.
I didn't check all the levels of mods. I think it's like
Run into an acid-spitting morph. Where did these come from?
because I think it goes to level 6. So the different modifications, and it's interesting. They put some kind of stuff in there. It's almost like a survival build where you can
While
only
Esther reviews the data, you can get the power up. Dynamo room's just ahead.
you can only carry certain things or attach or equip certain mods, which is pretty cool. So I thought that was pretty interesting how they decided to do that. Like, you know, in certain survival things, you can carry a shotgun, and the shotgun will take up certain amount of space in your backpack, and then you can only carry ammo and a med kit, you know, based on how your backpack is arranged. The shotgun takes up 2 spots in the grid.
This intel.
Sentry active.
He said grab the intel, and I think it's like this, the third person or whatever. I mean, I don't know if you get it too, because I didn't see it.
Spinning this up is gonna make noise.
Sentry
Vibration,
deployed.
heat, whatever bugs key off, they'll catch it. Be ready for a fight when you switch on.
My strategy as technician is like, whenever one of my guys get caught, I put down my sentry and then I save him. I don't try to save him before
From here.
putting on my sentry because I don't want to get killed and then we all get wiped.
Patching up.
Rearm.
But then again, this is
Somebody take the gear.
normal
Ammo drop.
level, normal difficulty. So it's not difficult right now. I think there's intense, and there's another one above that, and I think there's another level above that too.
This thing's been idle a long while. It's gonna take time to movement.
From what I can remember from Colonial Marines, those characters move better. I'm not saying that game is better. I'm just saying it. I don't think they were this wonky.
Dynamo just finished injecting lubricant.
When-
H2 feeds just connected. Getting there.
Sentry set up.
And I also need a mod to make my sentry tougher, because when the Xenomorphs come, they can just punch my sentry in the face and destroy it.
Armored Xeno coming in. Just about to kick power to the mains.
You know what I remember about Colonial Marines? It was tougher on easier difficulty. Right? On normal difficulty in Colonial Marines, when you kill these guys, their acid
Sentry deployed.
burn you up. So Colonial Marines is a tougher game than this game.
Nice. We'll send a follow-up
It was very
engineering team to
difficult
get that mess fixed proper.
in the beginning, in early levels and early difficulty.
Heading aft toward the core.
Lower difficulty, I should say. This game is much more. It has a casual difficulty and a standard difficulty that's playable. In Colonial Marines, the lowest difficulty is not easy. You can get, you know what I'm saying? It was the difficulty was kind of, I don't know. It was tough. The normal difficulty was actually tough.
Got another swarm brewing. Break out the heavy shit. This is gonna get spicy.
Because I think the Xenos did more damage. The acid burned you, and it's just. And when they jumped on you, sometimes in ACM, you couldn't get up. In this game, in standard difficulty, when they jump on you, it's more forgiving. You can press little buttons and mash buttons and get back up, and then he runs away from you. So it's a much more forgiving game at lower levels. Or maybe it's just the first missions. But anyway, in ACM, the early missions were very hard. Compared to this game, I should say. Compared to this game. This game, you shouldn't die. You shouldn't get wiped, I should say. You shouldn't get wiped because it's... Once you're familiar with FPSs, you shouldn't get wiped. In early missions. In early missions, like the first 2 missions or so, you shouldn't get wiped.
Pardon me. I have completed my analysis. 2 weeks ago, the mainframe on Deck 41 was accessed, I believe by Dr. Honecker.
Marines, head to the core lift. Big freight elevator goes all the way up the main tower.
Listen.
On your toes, fire team. Watch the vents.
Sentry deployed.
I don't know. Maybe because he's going and he's leading the he's leading the charge. But I feel like the boss is the elites target the host of the game.
Ammo drop here.
Deploy.
The shotgun is so satisfying. See, in ACM, if you shoot that close to you, that acid burns you up. There's no light touch like in this game. This game is like you're putting on makeup when the acid touches you at lower levels, lower difficulty. In ACM, that acid, my goodness, wants to kill you.
I'm gonna shortcut you through the refinery core. You'll get a nice view, too. You're welcome.
You know what's funny about this game? Because it's $39.99, not $59.99. I think that's the reason why it has like a medium to high rating on Steam. You know what I'm saying? If it was $59.99, they would, you know, downvote it. But because it's $39.99,
Yeah, when we reach Honecker, how many pieces do you think he'll be in? I got a pool ready.
because it's $39.99, I think that helps people. People think, okay, well, they're getting, you know, good value for their money on average. People wouldn't stand for this, some of the stuff that's going on. The wonky mechanics.
Paid for safety rails. Got some big internal leaks. Never a good sign in space.
If it was $59.99. If this game was $29.99, it probably got like a overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam. You know what I'm saying?
Sentry set up.
So the price does help perception
Nearly there.
of a game.
You still good, Marines? We don't find this guy alive, I'm gonna kill him.
Because people can always say, well, it's not AAA, it's not a AAA game. You know what I'm saying?
Sentry deployed.
Clear. We got this. Keep it tight.
That's the lift. Entrance on the far side. Same deal as the generator. Expect little friends to pop out all over when
Sentry
this turns
deployed.
on. Elevator 17 decks
Patching
up.
up.
It'll take a while to show.
Sentry deployed.
Set up a perimeter, then hit the call button.
Ammo drop here.
Sentry deployed. Sentry deployed. Aid kit's here. Patching up.
Sentry set up. Let's rock. Mine's out.
Bugs inbound. They are right on you.
I got my incendiary rounds. I wanna waste them.
On a spinner up on the column.
So I was afraid if I swap weapons, I would lose my incendiary rounds. So I didn't do it. Plus, I didn't know if I reloaded, if it would make me lose my incendiary rounds again. So that's why I was very, very cautious. I'm just holding it, waiting for the big guy that comes so I can shoot him.
Look at this.
Mine's out!
Nice.
Right flank in the duct.
Get eyes on this.
You know what I love about
Another minute. You got this.
the enemy, or they crawl on the roof. You know what's funny? When she says to your right, right? Sometimes or whatever, right? I've experienced that I think it's the perspective of the host. It's not necessarily you. So that's your message right, then it's not even your right.
Let's rock.
Or maybe it's supposed to be where you're supposed to be aiming, which is in this direction. So right to be actually right? But I played other rounds and she said right, and they were coming from the left. So I don't know. Maybe we were faced in the wrong direction.
Check this out.
Into the elevator. Haul ass, Marines. Enjoy the ride, Marines. Next stop, Honecker. Or his corpse, whatever.
So like I say, it's not difficult yet. But it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable, and for $39.99, you know what I'm saying, with all this progression and modifications and stuff, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just that the graphics is stuttery and
Honecker is somewhere up on Katanga's mainframe decks. Looks like he's been searching for a
That's not
safe
good.
place to hide from all the Xenos aboard. Our mission hasn't changed. Find him, get him out alive.